Hey Hebrew fans, this is Todd, and today I'm going to talk about this 2-pack we got a long time ago, and it was a Superman, He-Man, DC Universe versus Masters of the Universe 2-pack, and we had a bunch of that released, and this was one of the packs. We also had one of Lex Luthor and Skeletor, and one with She-Ra and Supergirl, and I forget all of them they had, but they had a bunch of cool ones. And the funny thing is I never had any DC figures before the 2-pack started coming out, and then it got me started on my DC collection, which kind of got a little out of hand. Now, when this 2-pack came out, I thought it was really cool at first. They had He-Man a little taller in the package, and I didn't realize how different these figures looked. I mean, they just do not look like they belong in the same universe. Now, you're probably wondering, oh, wait a minute, they don't. This is DC and this is Masters of the Universe. But, a long time ago, they had this comic right here, and you can see, sure enough, we have Superman coming to Eternia, and Skeletor's controlling him, because we know Superman's weakness is magic, and he's fighting He-Man. And so they use this comic to design the He-Man and Superman figures that came in the 2-pack. Now, this is just a standard DC Universe Classics Superman, and this is a standard Masters of the Universe Classics with a lot of color changes. So they made his bands yellow, they made these little pink dots on his orange belt, and they made his boots more orange, all to kind of match the stylistic drawing of the comic. His hair is also a lot different, and his skin tone is actually a lot tanner than the regular released figure. Alright, so what happened is I'm sitting here going, this is just driving me crazy. I can't believe they've made this Superman figure not so close to what He-Man looks like. So they did release a series of Batman figures that I just love, and I just went and bought another one. And let's open it up. Let's put He-Man back here by the Hall of Justice, and we'll put Superman there too. Stand, man, stand. And I just got this in the mail just the other day, and my goal today is to try to make the ultimate Superman to use with my Masters of the Universe Classics figures. And this figure is really close. It is very, very, very close, and we'll have some fun at this. It's so funny when someone packs a double box like this, is they don't want to pay for the priority mail. So they use a priority mail free box and throw it in a bag. It's like, dude, that is so lame. I could see if you had to reuse a priority mail box because somebody else sent it to you, but when you just go grab a brand new box from the post office and use it for something else. Lame. Alright, so here is the Superman. And you guys have seen this before on my channel. This part's nothing new. And in fact, I've actually used the Superman to make quite a few different customs. And what's cool about this Superman figure is also a Batman too, and some other figures too, and is that they reused a lot of the parts from the Masters of the Universe Classics line, so it actually fits in really, really nice. I wish we had more figures like this. They also had a Wonder Woman that fits in really nice. Like I said, they had a Batman, and of course, a Superman. And this is what they should have gave us in that 2-pack originally. A long time ago. In a 2-pack far away. Because this... and I'll have links in the description for these figures in case you guys want to get them. But see, this is now a very nice match to my Masters of the Universe. Stand, man, stand. There we go. And the funny thing is, a lot of people were trying to make their own He-Man figures with classics, and I've also seen it done with the original 80s He-Man figures too. And it's like, this is perfect. Perfect! So, at first I was really happy with this figure just the way he was, but then as time went on, I was like, you know, I'm just not a huge fan of that head. I've gone through lots and lots of different heads, and this is the one that I settled with for quite a while. I believe it's the Icon's head, and the Icon's head looks pretty good. And then I wanted to make a New 52 version, so here's my New 52 version. I left the old head on there, just because. And then this is another figure in the line that I used parts with to make the New 52. Basically, it was an underwear and leg boot swap to make it. But because the blue was different, it also required doing some painting. So you can kind of see the mixture between these two figures and kind of get what parts had to be altered. You can see the pants here had to be altered, and then the boots, because the boots don't come off directly, so I had to paint the lower half of the leg a darker blue to match. So there you go, is my New 52 version of Superman. But now let's get back to what I was talking about, and that is to make the ultimate version of my Superman for Masters of the Universe, because this one is just not cutting it. I mean, look at the size difference. I mean, you can just see this is true Masters of the Universe style, and this is just so small. So small. Alright. So, what I did was I saw this online, and let's open up this box here. What do you have in the box? We shall see. And hopefully it works. Hopefully it's the right box. I have a bunch of boxes stacked up over here. I'm assuming this is the right one. If not, it'll be an interesting video to see what's in the box. What's in the box? Oh, it's the right one. And this is from a different figure line, a very expensive figure line, that usually I would not buy the figures because they're just way too much. But somebody had the head for sale. And it's supposed to stand, He-Man, stand. Those weak ankles. It's supposed to light up with his X-ray vision, or it's not X-ray vision, but his heat vision. And you guys know I like glow-in-the-dark and lighted figures and everything else, so I thought this would be cool. This should be cool. And the head looks pretty good too. There we go. There's the head. Boop. And looks like it's going to take a little more altering than I'd like to do, because it has the ball joint on here instead of having the hole. And let's see here. They got itty bitty batteries on the, you can see them right here. These itty bitty batteries that it comes with. I take it this is to turn it off and on. Okay, so we got to figure out how to open this head in order to put those batteries in there. Nope. Okay. There we go. Wow, that is crazy. Look inside there. Look at it. So now that I have this head open, these are some small batteries. This reminds me almost of that build I did for Faker that had the glowing eyes. Ugh. I'm not sure which way it's supposed to go in. You know what? I have to get my better glasses. I'll be right back with my better glasses. Hold up. Okay, I got a second pair of glasses on. Let's take a look here. They look the same. One in. Alright, got the second one in. Let's try the switch. Okay, those must be in backwards. Let's try turning one over first. I'm not sure which is on and which is off. Alright, let's take the other one out and turn it over. Hey, there we go. So when you install these, you want to put them both down so that the part that's rounded goes in the bottom half. And it's funny, it has two separate eyes. That's pretty cool. All right, let's go and turn this back off. And let's slide it back into Kal-El's head. Those little hearing aid batteries are not going to last very long. I can tell you that. All right. Wow, those are bright. That's crazy. All right, so we got that. Now let's see if we can somehow figure out a way to stick it on his head. I think I'm gonna need some hot water here. Okay, I'm gonna go get some hot water. I'll be right back. Alright, I got my hot water. It's all going. Let's go ahead and dunk him in. Dunk him in, dunk him in. Now I have to be careful not to get the electronic head wet at all while we're doing this. Soak, Superman, soak. Oh, it's kryptonite water. Oh, we got to stick this in here too. Oh, the kryptonite bow. Oh, that will soften your plastic, Superman, so we can remove your head. Okay, let's see if that's softened it enough. Hooray! So we got that part off. Now the tricky part. Now what's funny is this one's blue. The other ones I've pulled off in the past were not. And like I mentioned before, with some of the other figures, we've seen that where this ends up being a different color than the actual figure. That's so weird when they do that. Is Superman crying? Oh. Alright. Let's see if we can't heat this up a little more. Let's see if we can get that off of there now. Dun 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 dun. Oh, it's so tight. Depends how it was designed. Yep, this is designed so it's hooked inside there. That stinks. There are more than one design when they did the Classics figures. One has a bar inside there that has a loop on the bottom, and that's the kind this is hooked to. So somehow I'm going to have to get that out of there, and then use that to Dremel a hole a little bigger for the new head to fit. So we have to superheat this. Superheat it. It's probably not going to happen to this water because it's only at 153. I have to boil some more water. Let's see if we can't break that pin on the inside. I'll do a twist on it. Twist, twist. Erg. Well, that feels like something gave. Oh, I'm scratching. I'm scratching. No. Don't be scratching. Ugh. 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 Almost got it. Oh, come on. We can do it. We got it. No, we didn't. It broke in the wrong place. No. Okay. It's alright. We'll get some needle nose pliers and work them down there. Maybe some sharp objects. And get that out of there. I thought for sure we had it. You know what? I think I do have it. I have to get that little chunk that broke in there off at the same time. Alright. Let me get a screwdriver. I'll be right back. Alright. I got some screwdrivers here. Let's see if we can't get that little chunk out of there. Hooray! That was easy. See? Here is the little bar that holds that neck piece down inside there. And it just broke off perfectly. Better than I expected. We shall now see if we can get the new head in there. Okay, we got a ways to go with the Dremel tool to make that fit. So, let's get Dremeling. Let's get Dremeling. Let's see what kind of bits we want here. I like my angled pointed one. It's had a lot of use though. I also got this nice little curved one here. I think I'll go with this one here. That's the one. That's the one. I like it. Alright. Time for Dremeling. Now I'm going to take the robotic head and set it over there so I don't accidentally ruin it with plastic and water and chunks flying. Hey, my nail. I've been looking for this nail for so long. That's hilarious. It was under my... Alright, let's get to work. Let's get down to business. There we go. I don't think that's quite big enough, but I want to do a fit check before I go too crazy. Oh, you know what? That's really close. But unfortunately, once his head goes in there, it separates the neck too much. We're going to have to do some dremeling on the inside. All right, let's see how that fits now. Hooray! That fits, but now it's a little loose. Loosey-goosey, but that does fit pretty good. So now we have to do the opposite and make it so it stays in there. So we're going to have to probably glue this. I don't know, we'll see how it looks. But now we're going to have to put some heat shrink tubing on there to make that actually work. You know what? I might use O-rings. The problem is once it gets in there, it's so small on the top of there that it just slides right into easily. But it does fit in the hole though, so that's cool. It does stink though about that seam though. That seam's going to drive me crazy from now until the end of time. That's a long time to be bothered with something. Let's see if we can't break some of that plastic on the inside and close that seam up. Nope. It's not going to happen. Once it gets onto though, it's going to be pretty cool. All right, let's O-ring it up. Oops, those aren't O-rings. Where did I set those O-rings? There they are. So I have a whole plethora of O-rings that I use for different things. And we want an O-ring that's going to be about that size once it's stretched on. I might use these little white clear ones here. See if I can stretch these out over. There's no way. These ones would probably work better, but I hate wasting these. I only have so many of them. And it kind of blocks the switch too, which kind of stinks. That's kind of a funny unintended consequence. Is with the O-ring in there, I can move the switch by turning his head. That's funny. I need 1.5 O-rings. So close. What can I do? I know. I got this. If I was to put a different O-ring in the middle, there we go. One of these itty bitty ones. Hopefully it won't break when I slide it on. It's already broken. There's one. And this will shift up the second O-ring so it will actually slide on the inside of the head. If I can get it on there. I gotta heat it up first. Burp. Do. Okay, and then we'll slide this little one on. Stretchy. Don't break. I made it. And now put this bigger one back on. And now it's created a small little gap in there. It's hard to see from this angle, but so now when I push it on, I'm hoping that first O-ring will slide into the plastic. Oh yeah. If I can get it to stay, that'd be perfect. Work it around town. How can I get that to stay on? You know what? I may try something else. I'm going to try another one of those small little ones. All about experimenting to get it just right. We'll heat that right up in there. Oh, wrong head. And we'll try slipping that right back on there again. The smaller one. It's so hard to stretch it over there. It's at 8.5 centimeters stretch. If you just stretch it all at one time, it will just snap on you. I've learned the hard way. I don't have a lot of these left. So close. Yet so far away. There it goes. Alright, let's see how that fits now. That fits pretty good. It actually gets stuck on there like it's supposed to. I'll try it. Let's try the experiment. Let's throw this little one back on there again, just to see if it might be able to slide underneath there and catch. Let's bring it around town a couple times. There we go. There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. Now his head's stuck on there. Now his eyes are stuck on. No. Alright, I'll get his eyes off later, but let's go ahead and see how this looks with the lights off. That looks pretty cool. Doo-doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Like I said before, the hard part's going to be turning those eyes off and on. Wouldn't be bad if I remembered which way was which. Okay. Let's try that experiment again with the... There we go. Nope. No! That's not going to last very long if I can't get that back off. Made the switch unaccessible. That is a bad plan. Okay, let's see what I've done here. Where's my other glasses? Well, my O-ring fiasco has unfortunately ruined the switch inside this thing. I did break it. Now there's no way to shut it off. Nix sehr gut. I'm going to have to get another head. This time be more careful about it. Let me see if I have. Okay, next time I fix the head, so I have to get another one now. I'm only going to use little O-rings and then the big O-ring last. That way it won't affect the switch. That does not work as well. Can't believe I broke the switch. No. Well, the cool thing is you guys got to see what happens when you mess it up wrong. Yeah, that switch just sheared off inside there. Let me get another light so you guys can see. The idea would have been cool if I didn't break the switch off inside there. Yep, I done did it. Alright, so I guess what I have to do now is, and this really stinks, is when I have to either make a little switch in between one of these batteries here. Let's see if both batteries work together or one for each light. Okay, they work together. That's cool. So I'm going to take and put something in between this battery. Here I could create my own separate switch. Alright, well for now, let's just enjoy the lights on his head, or his eyes. Since it's stuck on, I might as well put these rubber pieces back on and enjoy it for a little bit. Then I'll just pull out the battery when I'm done enjoying it. Stick it back inside that head. It is a very cool design though. Do-do-do-do. Let's stick it back on there. There we go. All right. Looks cool, but unfortunately I can't turn it back off unless I pull a battery out, which is a bummer. So I'll have to always pull the head off, which I got to pull the head off anyway in order to switch it off and on in the past anyway. But still, it looks pretty cool. Pretty cool. One more lighted head. So what I want to know from you guys, if the head actually would have worked, which head you like better? So we have The new head I just put on there, the Icon X Superman head, or the original head he came with. So I don't know from you guys, which one of these three heads do you like better? It's so weird. I mean, I like the Icon X head, it's really cool, but this head kind of has a more muscular jawline to it. So I'm not sure. This head for me definitely is a no. It's so weird looking. This head is very friendly though. He does look like the animated Superman. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Alright, anyway, that's all I got. So this was kind of a failure. If you didn't figure that out already, I have to buy another head. This time I'll be careful to switch. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it!